Welcome to Adult Seeking Knowledge Hospital. My name is Nurse Tejah, and I'll be talking to you about prepping for a new bundle of joy in your family. So, you may be wondering, how do I know if I'm pregnant? Well, there are actually 3 categories that you can look into to look into the signs and symptoms. The first one is presumptive. That category, that may include weird food combinations, frequent urination, bloating, and a missed period. The next category is probable. You might take an at-home pregnancy test, it could be positive, and you may have some bloating that may be lingering a little bit longer than usual. The third category is positive. You can go to your OBGYN and take a pregnancy test there. They can confirm it. Also in the office, they can give you an ultrasound where you'll be able to see the image of the baby, hear the heartbeat, and maybe you'll start feeling some kicking. They feel like little flutters. And sometimes vaginal bleeding is a positive sign as well. So once it's confirmed that you're pregnant, all this can be scary, it can be exciting, it's new, but something to help minimize your stress and anxiety is to create a birth plan. I like to tell all my patients that you may go into a hospital or wherever you're going to deliver with your birth plan, and it's always nice to keep in mind that labor can be unpredictable and to be flexible with your birth plan. The birth plan is not set in stone. It's something that you want, but it may not always happen that way. And just prepare yourself to be okay with that. Your birth plan can include a multitude of things, like where you want to deliver. Do you want it to be a home birth? Do you want to go to a hospital? Do you want your birth to be natural? Are you okay with being induced? You can also consider who you want to be in the room with you during that time. Do you want your significant other, maybe friends or family, maybe an aunt, another relative? It's just up to you what's going to make you the most comfortable. But it's also important to keep in mind that labor can take 1 to 3 days. So you want to include your birth plan with things that will make you comfortable, make your visitors comfortable, but overall give you a healthy birth experience. So you may also be wondering, who's going to deliver this baby? Who's going to take this child out of me? That's a big, important question to keep in mind and do some research on. Do you want a doctor? Do you want a doula, a midwife? A lot of hospitals have doctors and midwives under their practice. Doulas are a supportive element. A lot of hospitals do include doulas or are starting to incorporate doulas now into their birthing process. And some people want all 3. The midwife may deliver your baby, and you may just need the doula there throughout your labor process to help support you, keep you calm. If you want to go natural, they will be your advocate for that and make sure that everything goes as you want it to, and not make sure that you're not forced into any decisions, and to remind you that your body was made for this, you're meant to do this, and that you can do it. What should you bring to the hospital? That's a great question. Some hospitals have TVs and big enough rooms where you can bring a lot of things. I always tell my patients, make sure that you're comfortable. If you're gonna bring new clothes for the baby, make sure that that's packed. Make sure your birth plan is in that bag. Any additional clothes. Most hospitals, they have showers in there. Make sure you have all your toiletries, a new set of clothes for you, mama. Also, you're gonna be there for 1 to 3 days. It could be quicker, it could be longer. You wanna bring a fire stick. You can bring a PlayStation if you want. Some parents do that just so that they have more options than the hospital TV. If you're at a birthing center, they have different options. Something you may also want to consider is a mirror. Do you want to see yourself give birth? Some hospitals have that, some birthing centers have that. If you're going natural, you might want to consider the things that are going to help you keep going. That may include a comb that you can use for counter pressure when those contractions are just getting way too much. You may want a speaker. You want to listen to some soothing beach noises or the birds or some rain. These are all things to consider to make yourself comfortable during this trying time. So do me a favor. Close your eyes and think about, what would your ideal birthing experience look like? Now, we talked about a birthing plan, but when it's time to actually get into the labor and delivery, there are a few things to consider. You could have a vaginal birth, you could have a cesarean delivery, which is also known as a C-section, or you could try a vaginal delivery after a C-section. That's usually if a woman has had multiple C-sections before but wants to try a vaginal delivery, which is possible. I also like to tell my patients, you may plan to have a vaginal delivery, but things happen. In the case that something happens, the top priority is your safety and the baby's safety. Keep an open mind to the possibility of maybe ending up in a C-section. It may not be what you want, but at the end of the day, you get the same reward, which is a healthy baby. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, whoa, Tejah, back it up. You said it could take 1 to 3 days for me to have my baby? That's right. And that's because a woman's body has to dilate to 10 centimeters before her body is ready to have a baby. And to give you a frame of reference, when a woman's having her period and she's cramping, her body's only dilating about 1 centimeter. She has to go through all these phases to get to 10 so that it decreases her chances of tearing, it stresses the baby out a lot less, and it's just a better experience for everyone involved. You might be wondering what's going on when those doctors or midwives or nurses are checking me. Well, we're using our 2 fingers to go inside and measure the circumference around the baby's head and to see how far that cervix stretches. Once we get to 10, we know we're ready. Thanks for watching Adult Seeking Knowledge. I'm Nurse Tejah, and remember, you can do this, you got this, mama, and have a safe and healthy delivery.